Hi, it's Beverly with day 6 of our trip around the Bagua map. So today's date is all about helpful people and travel. This is a metal energy sector, so a little bit of new info. We're talking about right over here. So we've got the northwest sector of the house. And as you can see on this map here, it's in gray to help signify that it's a metal element. It also corresponds, of course, with the number 6. Why does this make a difference? The two metal elements, the one that we're doing today and the one that we're doing tomorrow, are especially important to pay attention to because we currently are in 2020 in a metal energy year, the year of the metal rat. Next year is also going to be a metal year. I forgot which one it is. Oh well. We'll worry about that next year. So metal energy itself is very much of a container. Think about all the things that are made out of metal. Metal boxes, our metal vehicles that we drive around in, any kind of a lot of metal tools out there, knives, machetes, hammers, things like that. So you can see that the metal element is one that is designed to help construct things, to build things, or to destroy things. In the 5-element profile or flow, we've got the metal element here. Earth produces metal, metal produces water, then wood, fire, etc. So if you find that you're you're feeling really flaky, that I'm totally ungrounded, that you're very much unfocused, my suggestion is to bring a little organization into your world. This is, again, why a lot of times people who the only thing they may know about feng shui is, clear out the clutter, piles, organization. How you operate is far less important than can you get your hands on the right piece of material right piece of information when you need it. I have seen people whose houses are absolutely pristine, and that over metal element, being too metal, actually constricts them. It's like they're walking around in a straitjacket. So sometimes having a little bit of shall we say organized chaos is not a bad thing. But that's part of what helpful people and travel is all about, though. It is about how do you make the right connections? Who do you need to bring into your world to help you achieve the goals that you want? Do you need to travel there? Is that part of the journey to find the right people? Do you need to go someplace to get to the right resources? I know for me, one of the best things that I've ever done in my career was to travel to Malaysia to train with my teacher Joey Yap, the feng shui master that I've been training with. That was one of those instances where I had to physically travel. Now, that may not always be possible, and so what do? You find ways to bring in those helpful people, to bring in the community. You need to build those connections, either online or through other people. One way that you can do that, and one of my favorite ways, is to find some kind of like a metal box. This is one I found at a garage sale. It's nice and shiny on the inside. The outside is a little less than shiny. But having a metal container like this is really great for putting in notes of gratitude for finding the right mentors, for business cards of people that you have met, and putting them in there with that. That might be the storage container for you building up your ideal network. But then of course you have to put feet to the desire. You have to take action to make something happen. But that's one of the things that I like to have in the northwest corner of a space. Now, it doesn't have to be just of the whole house. It can be the northwest corner of your particular office space. Or your bedroom. Let's say sometimes, people are renting a room and they only have that one little tiny spot. You can take that Bagua map and expand or contract however you need to in order to make it function for you. Now, let me give you some descriptors of metal energy and how it can translate into personalities. First of all, metal energy people typically are very good at following rules. They tend to be a little more analytical. It's one of the reasons why many offices tend to be toward like white walls or kind of that like real crisp feels. The modern decorating technique or tendencies right now, very metal. It's very linear, organized. It's great for sharpening conversations, for helping you drill down quickly to get to the point. Not so great though if you find that you're on the receiving end of somebody's really sharp tongue. Remember I told you the knives and hammers and other tools of construction and destruction? You got to be careful with that. So it's also very much around, besides organization, authority. Many people who are very, very prone to just, okay, well, these are the rules. We can't deviate from that. A lot of metal energy. So here are those descriptors: focused, detail-oriented, orderly, in control, logical and analytical, completes things, perfectionist, respects authority, self-contained, judgmental, problem-solving, lets go easily, grieving, firm boundaries, and verbal. If you find that your tendency is not to, you start something but you're not finishing it, there is a deficiency of the metal energy, the metal element. So adding some things like, again, the silver box, shiny things, bringing in elements of gold or silver, again, the linear, like rectangular shapes. It also, again, actual metal. So like the scarf, for example, I wore this on purpose because even though these colors, the greens and teals, are kind of more reminiscent of water and wood, the gold thread in here adds the metal element as the earrings. So those are some of the things that you can do to subtly bring in some of those elements to help you stay focused and moving towards that goal. The gray is a big color that a lot of people will use to bring in for more metal, as is, like I said, white. White is another one of those. So over and above that, one of the non-tangible ways of working with any of the energies is the sense of smell. And again, coming back to the use of essential oils, I picked a couple out for today. The first one is sandalwood. Sandalwood is great if you are, let me grab my notes here. The sandalwood is great if you are having a hard time with like the travel piece, with not really wanting to leave your comfort zone. It's because when you feel trapped in that comfort zone or stuck in a spot, sandalwood can help you dial in and release the emotions that make you feel like it's unsafe to go someplace else. So this one is more geared towards the travel piece. And again, the technique is to tap at the base of your skull where the Atlas and C1 meet. And here are the phrases that I'd like you to do. So just take, so I want you to, love it. You can also just use incense. Sandalwood incense also would work for this. I just happen to have that there. Okay, so you can just tap on the back of your head and say, life supports me. I embrace my essence. I am connected with spirit. I face the unknown and I surrender. this helps you to release any of the fear of terror that may come with trying to find, that next spot of what, where do you want to go? What do you want to travel to? You move someplace. I don't know. The other one that I like for helping with the helpful people bit, so knowing that you are worthy of having people help you, is acceptance. Acceptance is a Young Living blend. Again, the Sandalwood you can get anywhere else, but this one is proprietary to Young Living. And the emotions that this one really gets to is that feeling like you don't belong. And if you don't feel like you belong, why would you feel like somebody's willing to come and help you? So that's just one aspect of it. But same thing. Say, I value myself. I am not alone. I learn from all of life's experiences. I let go of my perspective, and I am in balance. And then when you can kind of get centered in that, you can start to manifest mentors all over the place. And you just might be inspired to become one yourself. So I hope this helps you understand the helpful people and travel sector of the northwest part of your space. Tune in tomorrow for day 7. Bye.